Dimensional analysis is one of the most widely used mathematical methods in chemistry calculations. Therefore, it's extremely important that we fully understand and can use this technique. Dimensional analysis is based on unit factors. Unit factor is just a fancy name for a conversion factor. A unit factor is an exact number, which means that it's always true, and that there's no uncertainty in that value. So, for example, we know by definition that in 1 foot there are 12 inches. That is a unit factor. It is exact. We know all the time there are 12 inches in a foot. There's never 11 inches in a foot or 13 inches in a foot. It remains the same always. In dimensional analysis, we want to express a unit factor as a fraction, and we can do that in two ways. So we can say that 1 foot contains 12 inches, or we can say that there are 12 inches in a foot. Both mean the same thing. The only difference is where we've placed the unit of feet and the unit of inches. So another unit factor is there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. We can express that unit factor as a fraction in two ways. 5,280 feet over 1 mile, or 1 mile over 5,280 feet. And the only difference, again, is the position of the units. So let's use dimensional analysis and these unit factors to convert 20.18 miles into inches. We start by writing the given unit and quantity, and in dimensional analysis, unit factors will be multiplied and units are canceled until we reach the desired unit. In this case, it's going to be inches. If we look at our unit factors, we have to use the unit factor that contains miles first. So we will convert from miles to feet. The question is, which version of the unit factor do we use? Well, we need to cancel units, and the only way to do that is to put the miles on the bottom, so that miles divided by miles gives us 1. So filling in our unit factor, 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Miles and miles cancel out, and if we were to stop here, we would have converted our miles into feet. But we need to convert into inches, so we must continue. Next, we want to use the unit factor that would cancel feet. So 1 foot is 12 inches. Feet divided by feet cancel, and we are left with the desired unit. All that's left is to multiply across. And when we multiply, we end up with 1,278,604.8 inches. Remember that all of our answers have to be reported to the correct number of significant figures. When doing dimensional analysis problems, we're only using multiplication, so we must follow the multiplication and division sig-figs rule. That states that we will report our answers to the least number of significant figures in the problem. The only number that has any uncertainty is the initial measurement, and this has 4 significant figures. Our unit factors are exact number and don't carry any uncertainty, so we don't care about their number of significant figures. It doesn't affect our answer. So we need to round our answer to 4 significant figures, and in this case we'll end up with 1,279,000 inches. If we wanted that number in scientific notation, 1.279 times 10 to the 6th inches.